system, and what is your role with Marie's House of Hope?
So my role that I play in the foster care system, I am currently a foster parent. I've been a foster parent for 22 years now. I've adopted a total of 9 children that were in the foster care system. My oldest is 22 and my youngest is 11. The role that I play here at Marie's House of Hope, I am the executive director and founder. I established Marie's House of Hope in 2012, and it's been going ever since then. So.
Perfect. So you kind of just mentioned it, but
Mhm.
so you've been working the foster care system. You said like 22 years.
It's been 22 years.
22 years.
Yes, I started out working in a residential treatment facility. It was called St. Joseph's Children's Treatment Center here in Dayton. Um, Up until the time it closed. So I often wonder what was going to take place with the kids after it closed. And I'm like, what happens to the kids? Where do the kids go? So that kind of piqued my interest in becoming a foster parent. So I became a foster parent. I did my classes, um, and it happened. They started sending the kids, and I just provided structure and a stable home for them. So,
Nice,
yes.
wonderful. Um, so, and you answered all my questions, but it was why did you decide to become a foster parent yourself?
So I decided to become a foster parent. So I lost my mom in I want to say 2004. So and she was compassionate, and I was working at the residential treatment facility as well. So honestly, I thought that would heal my hurt from losing my mom. So it did. It helped me because she was a caring person and she liked to care for people, and I'm a caring person. So that's what made me get into it, honestly.
Beautiful. That's wonderful. Um, so what is Marie's House of Hope?
Marie's House of Hope is an educational group home. It is named after my mom. My mom's name was Della Marie, so we took her middle name and made Marie's House of Hope. It's structured off of Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a good future. So my thing was, you see a lot of young people that's out here that's in the foster care system that needs stability, that needs the love, and they're not getting it. So Marie's House of Hope offers that stability and offers the love to our young adolescents.
Oh, perfect. No, that was good. That was perfect. Um, so can you tell us one more time how many children you've fostered and adopted?
Fostered. Oh, I would have to say I have fostered, I would say over 30 something kids. Um, my adoption, I have adopted 9. So my oldest son, he was 2. So now he's 22. And like I said, my youngest, he was 2 when he came, and now he's 11. So I have a total of 9 boys. I have 3 grandchildren now. And I just completed an adoption this past January. So he's 16. So, yes.
Are you gonna ever stop adopting?
Yes. I mean, because you get a lot of kids. So the kids that's placed here, they want to be at my home. But I can't. I wish I could take in everybody, but I just can't take in everybody. And kids know your heart, so they know the compassion that you have. So, hmm
And I mean, fostering 30 plus
hmm
children.
yes,
What is that like?
I'm not crazy, but it's like it could get crazy because you did dealing with the different personalities, and most of the kids that you see in foster care, they come with trauma. So you have the different trauma that you have to deal with. You have to have patience. You have to have love. You have to have an open mind to understand what the kids are going through. So.
Wow. Well, I commend you. That's awesome. That's
Yes.
incredible. And I'm sure you've changed the lives of
Yes.
so many of those kids.
Yes.
Do you have any like examples? Like, have you gotten to, after you were done fostering them, have they like, have you?
Yes, I have several kids that come back and thank me for everything that I have done for them. Some of the kids, they had misbehaviors, and they was like, they come back like, I understand now what you were trying to, teach me and trying to show me. They just thank me for the guidance. Even some of the kids that have emancipated from the group home, they come back. I keep in contact with a couple of them, so, yeah. Ooh. Is that better?
It's all good.
All right.
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt the flow. People
No,
can't know if
perfect.
you're wearing a mic.
Right. Oh.
It is a secret. Did you adopt or foster most of your children when they were like younger?
So, I used to foster teenage boys. That's all I used to get teenage boys, ages 14 through 18. I did have a couple of girls, but fostering girls, it was a bit much, so I just stuck with the boys. But they were ranged from the ages of, I would say, 2 through 18. Yes.
It's a huge age range.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and what does it mean to you to like see, so many of them, from 2 to 18, to see them grow to.
Yes. It means a lot. I like to see kids happy because being pulled away from your family, your mom or your dad, I have never been through that. So these kids are experiencing that. So I just want to give them that, I'm here. You need anything, I'm here. The experience with me, they have a what you call respite, where you put your kids in respite care. I have never utilized respite. So when we go out of town, everybody goes out of town. We're going on a plane, everybody's getting a plane ticket. My kids that I adopted, they had never been out of Ohio, the state of Ohio, never been on an airplane, and just to see that expression and that happiness in them, it makes my heart happy. Even with the group home kids as well, we took a trip to Orlando last year. Everybody got on the plane, so we didn't drive, we flew. So that was an experience for them as well. So.
How does that work to get, go on a trip with kids that are in a group home?
So you'll have your adult chaperones, then you have to get the permission slips from the counties in order for them to go. So we did all of that, and they had a blast. We went to Disney World, Orlando. So yes.
And like, how cool is that for them to get like an experience like that?
It was awesome, and they'll let you know we have never, had that experience. So that was something that I think all kids should be able to experience. The year before that, we went to Hershey, Pennsylvania. So they were able to do that trip as well. So we took about 14 of the group home kids to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and they enjoyed that as well. So
that's so cool to hear, just
yes.
because, I'm sure foster care being in a group home, that's so not normal for them.
It's
But
not.
to go on like a fun trip, just like any other normal kid, like how important is that to you to give that experience to them?
It's very important because I believe that all kids should have that experience. Yeah.
Beautiful. Why is just fostering in general so important?
Fostering to me in general is important because it's providing that stability to kids that need stability. I'm gonna say it again, once a kid is stable, and they see that, they have that love, they have that connection, um, they kind of soar and do well. I did actually adopt one of the group home kids that was placed in my group home. He's been with me since 2016. Once he came into my home, he asked me if he could live with me. I talked to my kids and was like, yeah, let's give it a try. He came into the home, provided the stability. He was able to come off of medication. He was able to complete his counseling services, and he is now a straight A student at Vandalia Butler High School. So, and he plays sports, so that's a good thing. So, yes.
That's so cool to see. That support is so important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would you say to someone who's like on the fence about fostering? Because there are so many scary things going into becoming a foster parent. What would you say to them?
If you're going to foster, do it with compassion, do it with love, provide the stability. I mean, it might look bad on paper, but I'm the type of person that will take that risk to give kids what they need. That's all I can say. Just provide love, do it with compassion. And I don't know if I can say this, it's not even about money, because you have a lot of people that will foster just because of the financial piece of it. It's not about the financial piece at all. At the end of the day, it's about the kids, providing for them, showing them love, helping them overcome what they're going through.
Incredible. Is there anything you want people to know about the system that maybe you think isn't really talked about a lot, or?
Just make sure that if you get a kid that's placed in your home, you have all the information that you need. You need to have that connection with the caseworker or whoever the caseworker supervisor is. Have that connection, build a bond with them so you know exactly, and you'll have that support system. So that's, yeah.
What is the end goal for Marie's House of Hope?
The end goal? I don't believe we have an end goal, so we're expanding. My vision is to be nationwide, to have a Marie's House of Hope in a lot of the states, Nashville, Indiana, Virginia, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Georgia. So it's just, that's my dream, is to be nationwide.
Why is that so important to you?
It's important because you have kids all over the United States, all over the world that needs support and stability. So, and foster parents, there's a need.
So you guys specialize a lot in group homes too.
Mm-hmm.
Could you talk about just the services you offer in general?
So with the group homes, we provide independent living, mental health services. We also have like group sessions, just preparing the kids for emancipation when they do emancipate at the age of 18 out of care. We also have independent living, so when they do emancipate, they can go into their own apartment. We'll have a case manager ensure that all of their, needs are met, ensuring that they're in school, or if they're still in school, they complete school, medical appointments, stuff like that. So,
great.
yes.
Yeah, that's super important.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, we have foster care agency as well. So my goal for the kids that's here, I believe that you should only be in a group home for 6 months. Then you can step down into a foster home. So that's my goal. I don't believe that a kid should be in a group home over 6 months. And you do have some kids that get stuck in group homes because they can't find a proper placement for them. And then you have those kids that don't want to leave us. And it's like, it's time to go. You need to step down into a foster home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you guys think of any questions before?
Just the story. The White House story. Oh, that's right.
Well, yeah, I could ask you too.
Ah.
Well, first, before we go into that, what is this space that we're in right now?
So this space right here is where we do our group activities. They do group therapy here, just for the kids to come and just relax. Yes.
So why are the windows broken?
So the windows are broken because you had someone that was upset, and they decided to pick up a rock and break out the windows. And that happens. So that happens. So, and sometimes you'll have kids that will do stuff like that to see how far they can go with you, to see if you're going to give up on them. So you'll experience this in the foster home as well, to see how far can I go. I'm going to make them push me away, or I'm going to do things so I can be moved. But the goal is to provide stability. No matter what happens, you can break the window, put a hole in the wall, whatever, we're still here to support you. That's the main goal. So that's what happened to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows. Yes.
You could ask about the emotional toll of taking on these children.
It can become, it's very emotional. And my thing is this with my staff as well. So whatever you're going through at home, don't bring it to the agency. So outside the door, if I'm having a rough day at home, I have to leave all that behind because I have to deal with the kids here. And then you have to ensure that you don't take what's going on here home with you, because some people have kids at home. So if you're having a stressful day here, because this job is stressful, very stressful, you can tend to take that home, and it's, lingers into your household. So you gotta, at your front door, before you go in the house, let me take it all off and go in and deal with my family. So, yes.
Is that hard to balance? Going home to, all the kids?
No, it's not. And that's what people ask me that all the, like, how do you do it? I'm like, I don't know. I go home, and like I tell the kids here, they're treated just like my kids at home. There's no difference. So it's equally. So I want what my kids do at home, the kids here do at the group home. So that's how it is. Yeah. Oh my God. That man is wired.
Thankfully, since you're wearing all black, it's like
It'll blend in. Just added it. Nah.
So you fostered like a lot of kids?
I have fostered a lot of kids. I mean, a lot of kids. I had kids that came from the youth prison. I had kids that came from JDC. Yeah, I have kids that come from all over Ohio. But most of my kids that I have adopted came from Clark County Children's Services. I don't know why, but majority of my kids, my youngest, he came from Preble County Children's Services. And Preble County Children's Services is one of the reasons why I opened up a group home as well. One of the caseworkers, she approached me about opening up a group home, and I'm like, what is that? I didn't even know what a group home was. She was like, you do so well with our teen males. You should, think about that. So I prayed, and I was able to connect with the placing department of Clark County, and she kind of guided me on what I needed to do. So.
Is that how you started Marie's House of Hope?
That's how I started Marie's House of Hope. Yes, I prayed. God told me that He was going to send me what I needed, and He did that. So the house was donated. Our first house was donated. My first kid that was placed here at Marie's House of Hope, he was one of my foster youth that I fostered. So he was one of our first placements. So, and it grew from there. So
How many homes do you have now?
we currently have a total of 5 homes. We have 3 homes located here in Dayton, and we have 2 homes in Columbus, Ohio. Yes.
Where do you hope to expand to next?
My goal next is Cleveland. So there was a need in Columbus. There's a need in Cleveland. There's a need in Toledo, the Toledo area, and there's a need in the Lima area. So there is a need. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Do you, so with all these kids, have you had any experiences with age outs or anything?
Yes, currently we had 3, and we were able to place them in our independent living apartments. They're still there, so yes. And they're 21 is 21 now. He was 18. He's 21. We had a 19-year-old, and then we had a 22-year-old. So.
I think there's a lot of misconceptions about age outs that they're kind of just left. Go fend for yourself. But
No, there is support, and I believe the counties they do give the kids their due process. So if you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, going to school, they will ensure that you have a place to go. Yeah, they're not just going to put you out like that. Some kids do. They do it to themselves because they 18, I'm grown, I'm out of here. But you don't have a plan. So.
Do you see that a lot?
I do. I do see it.
I am so sorry.
So,
Yeah. Do you guys have any other questions?
Are there any significant stories with because you see a lot of kids age out. Like, what was the most significant story you've seen?
the age out that we currently have, we had a young man that he was hard to place. It was a hard placement, but he was able to, get himself together. We encouraged him. We, showed him the ropes of what he needed to do, and he was able to age out, and he's currently successful in his apartment, doing what he's supposed to do, paying his bills, and so he's successful, graduated high school, so that was my success story with that one.
It's a great success story.
Yes, yes. And doing this foster care too, it inspired me to go back and educate myself on it. So I am a master social worker. I have my MSW. I sit for the LSW exam on December the 23rd. So fingers is crossed for that. But that inspired me to do that. Educate myself on the foster care system, educate myself on the kids, learn about the different traumas that they're faced with. So, yes.
What's the most shocking thing you've learned by studying for this?
The most shocking thing?
Or like surprising thing? I don't know.
No, it didn't surprise because I did it with foster. It was like nothing. It surprises me. They called me the child whisperer for some reason. So if a kid is behaving, I could just go and just talk to the kid and they come down. Like recently last night, I had to go. One of the kids was upset because they couldn't do an extra day at their relative's house. He was upset, verbally aggressive toward the staff, and it was bad. So I got out the car and I just, held his hand and we walked and we talked. He was able to calm down. I said, "Do you need a hug?" I gave him a hug, and he went to bed. He apologized, and then he went to bed. So nothing shocks me. It's nothing at all. Oh, my wire again.
What is one thing you would say to any parents out there that are considering foster care, but they're kind of undecided, they're on the edge?
Okay. Talk it over If it's a couple, married couple, discuss it. If you have kids, you always want to discuss that with your kids too, especially if you're bringing someone in to your home. It can change the dynamics of your home. Do that. Have a support system. You can screen in what you want to bring in your home because you don't want a kid to come in to disrupt your home. So just have a supportive system. Pray about it. Look over the referral, and just go from there.
So worth it?
It is. It could be stressful at times. Like I said, it's stressful at times, but you got to know your purpose. If this is your purpose, if this is what God has called you to do, then walk in your purpose. And that's what I'm doing. I'm walking in my purpose. Because if you ask anybody else that's, outside looking in it, like, I don't know how you're doing it. I'm doing it because this is my purpose. This is my calling. My goal was before I did this, I wanted to open up a child care center. That's what I was going to school for, early childhood education. So I wanted a child care center. I do now have my child care center as well on North Main Street. So we do have a Marie's House of Hope Child Development Center as well. So it's like my vision that God had for me, it's all come to pass. So yep.
Lastly, for all the foster children out there looking for hope and love, what would you say to them?
Have an open mind. Trust the process. Keep hope. And it's all in, God's timing. There is a family out there for everyone. And just be encouraged. It might look hard, it might look rough, but be encouraged. And it'll happen for you. I wish one of my kids could have been here to get interviewed. That would have been awesome. My oldest. Yes.
Well, thank you. I don't have any more questions. I don't know if you guys can think of anything else. Perfect.
All right. Well, thank
Thank
you.
you so
I'm going
much.
to take my water. I enjoyed the interview.
Yeah.